of wisdom from Wisconsin. And today's show is all about how you can take an ordinary board game like Monopoly and not make it boring anymore. If you play it the same way over and over each time you play it, you get to know the rules and it's the same old, same old. So why not inject some new rules and new tips and ideas on how to play the game? So stay tuned and I'm going to show you how to up your sassitude with Monopoly. And I call it now Monopoly. Stay tuned. Okay, now it's very important to raise your hand first and say in an altruistic way, like you're going to be doing everybody a service. Oh, I'll be banker. Right? Because these little banknotes, 100s, they're very thin. Very, very thin. So if you say, here's 100 for you and 100 for you, and then you go like this, watch. $100 for me, and you keep it under the table, you've just given yourself $300, and nobody is all the wiser for it. Also, if you're the banker, when everybody else goes bankrupt, you can charge them a loan at 150% interest, or you can handle their bankruptcy and charge them all sorts of fees for bankruptcy, or if you have a timeshare, you can charge them to get out of your timeshare. Now, let's say you're playing, and you know, someone you're in cahoots with is kicking you under the table and giving you the eyes like this. Right? So that's a signal, all right? So then they land in jail. Maybe they go to jail or they're just visiting. And then you, like, give them the eye back, like, okay? Give them a little eyebrow treatment back. And that means while you're in jail, I'm going to slip you a file in the cake I'm baking for you. Under the table. Not on top, under the table. It's all under, all under. It's sous vide. Let's say you're playing the game and someone has like a hotel on Boardwalk, right? Most expensive property. And they've got a big hotel, chateau, Real or whatever on the boardwalk. And you land on it. And you hardly have any money on top of the table. Right? Well, you can do the old, whoops, I slipped and fell in the lobby trick. Oh, this works every time. You get a lawsuit going and you take them to court and you sue them for libel and all sorts of train robbery. You sue them for everything. You take them to the cleaners. Take them to the cleaners. Bingo. Okay, now let's say you own Boardwalk, which is the most expensive one, but you don't want to put a house on it or a hotel yet. You can just have like your own very own fire festival. And you can charge people $1,500, $15,000, why not, to land in their private plane on your fire festival that you're going to set up at your boardwalk. And then you just give them like a PB&J sandwich in a Ziploc baggie and, you know, no place for them to stay or whatnot. And you just pocket the profit. I mean, that's more advantageous than having to pay, you know, to maintain a hotel and plus all the liability of everybody slipping and falling in your lobby. Okay, now this is one of my favorite moves. It's called the squeeze. That's right, the squeeze. And what you do is, let's say you own Atlantic Avenue and Marvin Gardens, right? You own the two properties on the outside, and somebody else owns Ventnor Avenue, the property on the inside. You want that property. How are you going to get them to sell? Well, you put the squeeze on them. And that is, you install lighted tennis courts on one property and lighted basketball court on the other. And then you offer night lessons. You open up a school, a basketball school, and you offer night lessons from like at reduced rate from like 11 p.m. to like 4 a.m. You just have your school operating. Or you put in a motocross and you put in the hills and the jumps and all of that, or even like for the big trucks and stuff, big truck, monster truck. You put in a monster truck track, And then they've got all of that going on next door. They'll sell in a heartbeat. They'll sell in a heartbeat. And for pennies on the dollar. Okay, this is a favorite move of mine. First of all, hide the car at the beginning of the game. If somebody says, I want the car, you say, oh, I can't find it. But you've got it, okay? So put it in your little secret garage, kind of like the bat cave. Okay, then as you accumulate money in the center of the table from luxury tax and whatnot, let's say you're the dog, and you're just taking your steps and you land over there and you spy all this money, and no one's claiming it. And to get this money, you have to land on free parking. So you whip the car out of the bat cave, and you drive around, you land in free parking, and you say, I'm in free parking, and you take it. And then everybody, if anybody objects, I don't see how they would, but if they did, you just say, well, look, on the back of my car, look, there's a little bumper sticker. It says, my other token is the dog. Case closed. Well, I hope that this has given you some tips and ideas on how you too can up your game with Monopoly and have a fun family game night. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.